All right, thank you, Darlene. Thanks for the introduction and great to see everybody here. So before we ease into our workout, I do have some information, some stats, some really good information for us all about bone health and about our brain as well. But before I get into that, I just want to highlight something. I'm sure most of you, if you are members, you received one of these, and you probably saw a picture of a girl holding weights. That's me. So just want to remind you that if you are enjoying the workouts and enjoying the webinars that I've been leading, I do have an exclusive offer for you guys. You save 33% on my membership. So I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end, but if you are thinking, how can I stay active? I'm enjoying these workouts. I've got a special offer so you can exercise with me all the time. All right. And I know a lot of NAFR members already are joining the membership. We have lots of fun. So let's dive into osteoporosis. So if you have osteoporosis, or if you have osteopenia, or if you've noticed that your bones are not as strong as they used to, let us know in the chat. I just want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you've noticed any changes with your bones. And then if you've noticed any changes to your brain, so maybe there's mental health struggles, maybe you're noticing your memory isn't as good as it used to be, put a 2 in the chat, because we're going to be talking about both of these and then incorporating exercises and movements to really help you feel your best as you are retired, as you're going through every day. So first of all, osteoporosis, this is often called the silent thief. And the reason for this is that there are often no side effects. Most often, and I've worked with many people who said, oh, wow, I fell, I broke a bone, and now I found out I had osteoporosis. I had no idea. So sometimes it does run in the family, but other times it just kind of creeps up on you. So the most common areas of the body for a fracture: wrists, shoulders, spine, and hips. And something that I thought was really interesting is that something you want to check for is get your doctor or even yourself to figure out, have you lost any inches? Are you a little bit shorter? And often this can show you that you may have osteoporosis. So if you have a spine fracture and you've lost about 2 inches, then you really want to get your bone health checked. So I thought that was interesting because we don't really know. We don't really always check our bone density. But then you can also go for a bone density test, and that's recommended as soon as you're over the age of 50. So definitely recommend that. So if you are wanting to improve your bone strength, what experts recommend, and this, by the way, this is all taken from Osteoporosis Canada. So this is information relevant for us. What they recommend is strength training 2 days a week. So that involves using weights, resistance bands, body weight exercises. Some of those we'll be doing today. And they recommend doing balance exercises every day, every single day. So I'm going to give you guys some good balance exercises today. As well, we want to work on posture awareness. That's also daily. And I have a new little way to think about sitting and standing a little straighter that we'll go over. And then finally, you want to be getting that heart rate up 150 minutes every week. So that's about 30 minutes a day. All right. So that could be going for a walk, going for a speed walk. If you have a treadmill or a bike inside, doing that. But you want to really think about, how can I get my heart rate up? Lifting weights, you can get your heart rate up doing that as well. All right, so that's the information about bones. A little bit of information about brain before we keep going is that it is normal as we age to notice that there are some changes to your memory. So if you're forgetting, where did I put the keys? Oh, trying to keep things straight. Memory recall is something else that is part of the normal aging process. You may see someone in the grocery store, and with the mask, it's really hard, right, to know, do I know this person or not? But you may, oh, what's that person's name? You can't think about it. It doesn't come up until later on that day. So those are all normal things. Now, 15 to 20% of the population experience something called mild cognitive impairment. So this is not dementia, but this is where there's a collection of symptoms that I just listed, and it is a risk factor for dementia. So what we want to do is we want to keep our brain active by exercising, by managing our blood pressure, by maintaining our cognitive function, by learning something new, maybe a new language. Maybe it's challenging yourself by using your opposite hand to do something like brushing your teeth, or even going for a different route when you're walking or driving. All of these things can really challenge your brain. So I do encourage you to really think about, how can I get outside of the rut? How can I get outside of my normal routine? Because I think we do that. We live a lot of our lives on autopilot, where we don't really think about what we do. Now, the numbers for dementia right now, we have 500,000 people in Canada who have dementia. And as our population ages, we know those numbers are going to be going up as well. And it seems like it affects both men and women. Now, women tend to live longer, so often it's more women who do have it. And maybe you know someone, you probably do know someone with dementia. Maybe you've cared for someone or have a spouse who has it as well. So again, we really want to use our brains as much as possible to keep thinking, to keep going, and to keep challenging ourselves. All right, so with that being said, we're going to move into our workout. Now, I encourage you to join me, keep your screen on. Number one, it's for safety, so I can make sure you're doing things correctly, and it's nice to see your smiling faces as well. So I do encourage you to move with me and really take this time to really think about, how can I work on my posture? How can I do this workout to really improve both my mind, my mental well-being, and then also strengthening bones as well. All right, so let's rise up. We're going to start by standing for a warm-up. All right. Good. So we're going to begin by marching on the spot. I do encourage you, if you want to see me, if you want me to fill up your screen, the best thing to do is to click on active speaker so that it's just me you see, not all the little boxes. And also you want to have your device at eye level, so that way you're not looking down as we go. All right, so let's start. We're going to start by marching on the spot. We want to think about bringing those shoulders back. And a way you can think about really improving that posture is imagining that your collarbones are wings, and you want to spread your wings, bring those shoulders back, tuck your chin in, stand a little bit straighter. All right, good. So as we go, I really encourage you to focus on your breathing. Now, something else really positive for our brain and for mental well-being is moving our body, having that blood flow go all the way from our muscles and into our brain as well. Exercise is really good for memory, really good for mental health. All right. So as we go, we are going to be doing a lot of coordination exercises today. So if you do feel a little bit like, oh my goodness, this is too early for this, don't worry, I've got you. We're going to have fun with it, as long as you're okay to laugh at yourself. All right, so from here, we're going to be lifting your knee and tap your hand to your opposite knee. So anytime we reach across your body, so touching the left to the right side, we're using a different part of the brain. And that's really what we want. All right. So I do encourage you to make a mental note of these exercises, but just remember, you can always watch the replay as well. But I do encourage people to get into a fitness routine that is regular. And I was mentioning the 150 minutes of aerobic exercise every week. And just remember, it's every week. It's not good enough to exercise once a month. It's not going to give you the strength, the balance, the agility that you need. All right, very good. Now we're going to continue. Let's lengthen the leg in a kick. Continue to reach for that leg. From the side, it looks like this. We keep those shoulders back. All right, awesome. And on a rainy day, this is a very good day to exercise. I don't know about you, but sometimes on rainy days, I just feel like sitting on the couch and curling up. So kudos to you guys for being out here, for joining in. And what you'll probably notice is that you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more energized, more invigorated, and a little bit more motivated after the workout as well. All right, good. Now from here, we're going to bend those knees back, kicking the legs back. Again, let's bring those shoulders back. So you should feel this one in the back of the legs. All right. For coordination, let's tap those hands to your shoulders. And just watch your knee. Sometimes our knees tend to lift up. So double check that the knees are pointing down towards the floor. You also want your legs to be about as wide as your shoulders. And I like this movement because it reminds you, push those shoulders back, stand a little bit straighter. Good. All right, so keep on breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, and let's add a bit of coordination. Let's add a bit of coordination to this one. So what we're gonna do is as you kick your leg back, we're gonna reach with your opposite arm. So it looks like this from behind. So your arm, your hand is reaching. See if you can tap that heel behind you. If you can't, don't worry. You wanna aim for that foot. And what this does is this will press those shoulder blades back. Also good for posture and good for your back and shoulder too. All right, give me a wave. Has anyone done aqua fitness and loved it? Give me a wave if you're an aqua fitter. All right, that's how I started. I started teaching aqua fitness when I was 18. This is an aqua fit move. That's why I mentioned it. That's what got me into the fitness industry back in the day. All right, let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. All right, working on balance. We're gonna take a side step, but what I want you to do is I want you to lift your leg. So don't actually touch that foot to the floor. Swing those arms to the side and lift the leg. All right, and I want you to tighten up that stomach every time you lift. So we want to pull the belly in. That will help you with your balance. Good. All right, now I like to give advanced options as well. So if you're finding that you want the advanced option for this one, you want to challenge that balance a bit more, brain and bones. What you can do is you can reach the arms overhead. All right, and don't go too fast. Remember, we want to pause. We really want to find that balance, tightening up the core. So hold it for about 3 seconds. We'll slow it down. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3. If it's a bit too much to have your arms up overhead, you can have them to the side. Okay, let's do a few more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Think about knitting yourself together, tightening your glutes and tightening that core. All right, 2 more per side. Good. Ooh. Don't worry if you touch down, I just did. So now you guys can too, don't worry. All right. Good, and let's walk it out. All right, so again, checking in that our shoulders are back. We want our shoulders to be in line with our hips, in line with those ankles. All right, awesome. All right, so another coordination exercise. Again, coordination is so important. What we want to do is we want to continue by tapping. Your arm reaches out front as you tap that toe in front. So we're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, so punching, just pretend there's a punching bag or there's something, a pillow right in front. All right, we always want to be mindful of our posture. So what I recommend is reach and then bring those shoulders back right away. All right, awesome. And then I will remind you to keep on breathing. Now, those of you who want to continue with the balance, let's lift your leg. Lift your leg in a kick. Low or high. All right, good. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, awesome job. Let's go for 3 more per side. 3, 2, and 1. All right, awesome job. So something else that's really good is to add things together. So we're going to be doing a few squats with some side steps. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So what we're going to start with is we're going to be starting with 2 steps to the side. So 1, 2. We're going to take a step back. We're going to squat, and I'll show you what a good squat should look like. You want to keep the weight in your heels. Bend your knees and take your hips back like you're sitting on a chair. And then you want to stand up. Now, if you have any knee issues, you can choose to do a mini squat, just go halfway, or you can use the chair and sit down on the chair and stand up. Okay, so I'll leave that up to you. So again, we want to take 2 steps to the side. So 1, 2, take a step back and squat. Bring that foot in and 2 steps this way. 1, 2, okay, running out of space, step wide and squat. Bring that foot in this way. So 1, 2, step and squat. Step in, 2 this way. 1, 2, step and squat. All right, so anytime we're doing a sequence, again, our brain is thinking, I have to work a little bit more. It's easy to get distracted. So follow along, work at your own pace. All right, good. So when you're squatting, remember, take those hips back. All right, awesome. Listen to those knees. All right, awesome. We're going to do a few more here. Oops. All right, good. All right, let's do a total of 4 squats, 4 more squats. Let you guys work at your own pace. All right, awesome. All right, whose brain is working? Give me a wave if you're thinking, oh my goodness, brain is firing. Oh yeah, that's great. Awesome job. Gonna do one more squat. All right. All right, good. So a good one to strengthen those legs. Now let's take those feet right together and we're gonna twist it out, twist to side. Now, if you do have osteoporosis, just watch your back. So you want to make sure that you can twist at your hips, but try to keep your spine fairly straight. All right. So what we just did with the squats, that's a really good example of a body weight exercise. So you're not using any equipment. And most of the time when I'm working with clients one-on-one and doing my membership program, we use very minimal equipment. We use weights, which we're going to use in a little bit, and we use resistance bands, but we do a lot of these types of exercises because using your body weight is so good. We use it all the time, and we want to think about doing movements that you do around the house. Alrighty, we're going to do a few balance exercises here. So what I want you to do is to bring one foot right in front of the other. All right. Now, a few tips for balance. We want to think about bending those knees a little bit Engaging your core, again, bringing those shoulders back, and find a focal point. So look straight ahead at something. Now bring your hands together, and just like we did with the twist, we're going to twist, but we're going to go a little bit, do a little smaller twist. Don't go quite as far. All right, so I do recommend looking straight ahead. Anytime we move our eyesight, if we look side to side, it will challenge your balance. And then another tip is to think about squeezing your inner thighs together. So try looking straight ahead, find that focal point, see how your balance is. And then if you want to challenge yourself, try looking side to side as you twist. You may feel your legs moving, wobble. You may find that your core tightens or feels a little more challenged. You may find your ankles shifting. Good. All right, one more time each way. All right, good. So next what we're going to do is we're going to lift that front foot off the floor. So we want to keep the same positioning. Bring those arms wide. If you need to, have that chair handy. What I want you to do is I want you to lift up that front foot and circle your ankle. So we're balancing now. So we should shift our weight onto the back foot. Good, tightening up that core. If you need to, hold on maybe with a finger or two. Try to challenge yourself again. Good. Now next month, a little sneak peek, next month we're going to be talking about fall prevention and exercises to prevent falls and improve your balance. So be sure to join us next month as well. All right, let's lower that front foot. And this time we're going to lift the back foot. So it looks like this. We're going to bend the knee, take that leg back, and hold this position. Circle those wrists. You can lean your knee against the other leg, looking straight ahead. Good. Notice which one is easier, lifting the leg in front or behind. Good. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Okay, so we're going to change legs, opposite foot in front. Good. Starting again. You may notice the second side is a little different, so don't worry. Bend those knees, tighten up the core, and this time we're going to bring your arms nice and wide out and then in together. Good one for posture, squeezing your shoulder blades back and clap together. I can tell this is my weaker side. So a few other tips is you want to think about really keeping the weight right, balanced between both feet, not leaning too far forwards or too far back. Good. All right, squeeze those shoulder blades back together. Earlier when I was talking about spreading our wings, opening up that chest, we want to think about that. Breathing in and breathing out. So your brain is working every time we're holding that balance and doing something else. All right, and in my membership, I have done a whole month's worth of different videos. So that's about 20 videos, all focused on balancing, advanced balance exercises while lifting weights and doing other movements. All right, 2 more here. And 1. All right, we're gonna lift that front foot. So shift your weight onto that back leg. Lift that front foot. Let's hold it here and circle your ankle. So again, we want to think about tightening up our core, looking straight ahead, finding that focal point. All right, who's ready for another challenge here while you're balancing? How about it? Let's do it. Tap your thumb to 1 finger at a time. So your pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. All right, challenging the body. You guys are doing so well. All right, good. Let's do it 2 more times, tapping that thumb to each finger. And 1 more time. All right, woo, let's press that foot down. And then we're gonna lift your back leg. So back foot lifts. Again, you can lean your one leg knee against the other. Good, let's hold it here, this time making a fist, and then taking your fingers nice and wide. Yeah, and just notice, how does this side feel? How does this side feel in comparison? I'll ask you guys at the end, you can let me know in the chat if you noticed a difference on one side over the other. Most people do have a stronger side, and it could be due to a past injury, even when you were younger. If you were playing sports and you injured yourself, that can create weakness on one side. Or it could be if you've had broken a bone, maybe you've had a fall, maybe if you've had a stroke or some other medical related issue. 3, 2, and 1. All right, excellent. Good job, everybody. So from here, I encourage you to grab a sip of water if you have it, and then we're going to be moving to some exercises with weights. So if you don't have weights handy, you can use canned goods, anything heavy from your kitchen, or even water bottles can work really well. All right, so I'll give you a sec to have a sip of water, and we'll be moving to some upper body strength. All right. All right, so it looks like people are coming back. Awesome. So we'll get right into it. All right. So we are going to be doing some more coordination exercises while using the weights. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate the exercise just with the weights first, and then if you do want to add the work for your legs, you can do that, but that is optional. And if you do have lower back issues or back problems, then you may want to do some of these exercises seated. So do listen to your body, do what feels best for you. All right, so we're going to start with our bicep curl. So I encourage you to bring those shoulders back. We want our palms to be facing the front of the room. And I want you to start by alternating those arms. So lifting that weight all the way up towards your shoulder and then lower down slowly. So from the side, looks like this, lifting up, lowering down. And you want to be standing with your feet about as wide as your shoulders. Slightly bend those knees to take off any pressure on your knees. All right, so this is option 1. You can definitely do this. If you're tired, you can sit down. And then option 2 is to add a foot tap. So we're going to be tapping, you guessed it, opposite side, opposite side. All right, so as you curl that weight up to your shoulder, tap that foot, tap the toe in front, and then return it back to the other foot. Okay, breathing in and out. The key is not to go too fast. A lot of injuries happen because people are rushing their workouts and they're thinking about their to-do list. So we don't want to do that. We want to be very intentional about the movements that we're making. Really think about what part of the body is working right now. So where you should feel this is right in the front of the arms, our biceps. All right, good. Now, if you are someone who's concerned about your bone density and you're thinking that you may have osteoporosis or osteopenia, then what you want to do is you want to do as many standing exercises with weights as you can. So these are called weight-bearing exercises. So you really want to do as many of those as possible. And just as a reminder, you don't always have to exercise for a full hour. The videos in my membership are all between 15 and 30 minutes. And experts share that even 10 minutes of exercise at a time is really, really beneficial. All right, we've been doing a lot of these. Let's finish up with one more rep each. Good, and then we're gonna circle those shoulders backwards. All right, take some deep breaths. All right, so I've got another really good one for you. Let's bring those weights close together, elbows tucked into your body. And what we want to do is we want to take those arms to the side. So this is a good one to strengthen up your shoulders, your back. This is good for better posture. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades back. All right, so breathing in and out. All right. So option one is to just continue with this, keep going. And option two is to tap one toe out to the side. We're going to stick to the same side. If you're doing this one sitting down, same thing, you can tap your foot out to the side. All right. Now next month, when we do talk about fall prevention, I'll talk a little bit more about your hips, but that quite often when people do have a fall, it is your hips where you end up having a fracture. So if you are someone who has weak bones, then it could really be detrimental to your health. Now, I used to work in a retirement residence before I started my business 8 years ago, and we had a lot of people who had a slip and fall, and they had to come for respite care. And quite often it was hips. Quite often it was wrists as well that they broke, and they just couldn't stay at home and care for themselves in that way. So just remember that anytime you're exercising, anytime you're using weights, you are helping to really prevent falls by strengthening your bones and your muscles. All righty, let's do the other side. Let's do the other side. Let's tap and bring that leg in. If you're choosing not to tap, then just continue with the arms, do a few more repetitions. And if you're feeling tired, then take a break. Breathing in and out. Continuing to think about squeezing the shoulder blades back together. All right, excellent job, everybody. Let's finish with 3 more here. And 2. And 1. All right, awesome. Again, we'll circle those shoulders back, lengthen, straighten your arms. All right, and I've got another good one for you. I've got another coordination one. So this time we're going to bring those weights right in front of your shoulders like this. And what we'll do is we're going to be extending those arms and pressing overhead. We'll do one arm at a time. All right. And the coordination option is to add your knee lift. Again, opposite side. Now, if you do have lower back pain when you do this, you can also just lift a little bit lower. You don't have to lift your knee that high. Or even better than that would be to tap that foot right in front. Okay, so choose your option. You can also do this one sitting down, lifting. All right. And the general rule of thumb is that we want to exhale on the effort. So as we press overhead, breathe out, breathe in on the way down, breathe out, breathe in. Quite often it seems opposite. So as long as you are breathing, period, I'm happy. All right, looks good. Now I see a few of you that are exercising with someone else in the room. There's 2 of you, so that's great to see. Good to see everyone moving. All right, let's do 2 more per side. Good, and 1 more. All right, excellent, good, good. So let's set those weights down. All right. Now give me a wave if you could feel your heart rate going up a little bit for that. Yeah, so anytime you lift your arms overhead, especially with weights, you are going to feel your heart has to work a little harder. So that is good. That counts in that 150 minutes of aerobic exercise, anytime the heart rate goes up. All right, good. So from here, we're going to be doing a bit of work for our core. So we're going to move to the chair. Move to the chair. You can have a seat. All right, now don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. We're still working. So I'll have you sit on the edge of your chair. We're going to start with our reverse sit-up. And this is a really good gentle exercise for our back. All right, so we want to bring those arms right across your chest. Okay, you want to sit up as tall as you can, straight back, and then we want to hinge backwards. As we do, we want to pull our belly in. So we're going to lean back. As soon as you feel your stomach tightening, we want to pause, and then we want to be leaning forward again. All right, so we're going to lean back, inhale, and exhale. Now, if you are noticing that you're feeling this more in your legs and your legs are tightening up, sometimes that happens, then that means you're going too far back. So for you, you may want to just go a little bit less, quarter of the way back perhaps. So we want to breathe in and breathe out. All right, breathing in and breathing out. All right, so let's add another coordination option to this one. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be going back. Now, as we come up, we're going to be bringing your arms wide, bring your elbow towards your one knee, lower it down, elbow towards your other knee. Bring your arms across your chest, and again, lean back for a reverse sit-up. Coming up, arms wide, elbow to the knee, opposite side. Arms across, and reverse sit-up. All right, so we're going to continue with these. Nice and wide. Good. Arms across, and recline back. All right, awesome work. Nice and wide again. All right, this time we're going to change up the pattern. 2 reverse sit-ups and then twice doing that twist. Arms across, let's do it 2 times here. Leaning back. Good, rise and again. Inhale and exhale. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 reverse sit-ups. Good, arms wide. Let's do that crossover. All right, good. Let's do this a few more times. This is an exercise you can do right in front of the TV, or if you know you're on your computer a lot during the day, then you know today's a good example. Take a little exercise break. If you know me at all, you know I talk about snacking on exercise. And it's really the concept of taking 3 or 4 exercises and fitting them into your day. Get moving. It's going to make you feel mentally better. There's so many studies that are showing that if you are feeling down in the dumps, if you're having a hard day, that exercising can really turn that around. Right? Now, the other day I went to visit one of my clients. I see her and her mother in person, and her mom said, "Oh my goodness, she's very grumpy today." And by the end of our session, she was smiling, she was laughing. She's like, "Meg, I feel so much better." So it's amazing how exercising can really change the way we look at the world as well. And I know that definitely my regular exercise practice and getting out for walks has just been so positive during the time of COVID, where there's a lot of uncertainty. Can help you be more resilient. All right, let's finish up one more sequence here. You guys are doing so well. Good. This is one you may feel tomorrow. Your stomach may be speaking to you as you get up out of bed. All right, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, awesome, awesome. So let's move to a few stretches before we move to Q&A. So if you do have any questions about anything we've done today, we'll address that at the end. All right, so what we want to do is want to start by lengthening one leg and lower your heel right to the floor. And from here, we want to lean over. Now, if you do have osteoporosis or back issues, try to keep your spine straight and then lean and reach from there. All right, so notice a back stretch. Notice the stretch, especially in that front leg. You should feel that right in the back. All right, breathe in and out. All right, good. We're going to come on up. Now that same leg, let's lift a little higher. Circle your ankle, circle the opposite hand, opposite wrist. And we did work those hips today, so I'm going to show you 2 options to stretch the hip. Option 1 is to bring that foot right across, crossing at your ankles. You were straight from the side, leaning your legs out to the side, lean over. Option 2, if you're a little bit more flexible, if you have not had a hip replacement, this one is safe for you to do. You can take the leg right across and lean over slightly. Again, we want to think about keeping our back straight and not pushing it, not stretching too deeply beyond what you can do. You should feel this one right in the side of that hip. Good. Breathing in and out. Take 2 more deep breaths. And 1 more. All right, let's lower that leg gently. Do the other side. Start by lifting that leg, flex your foot, lower your heel to the ground. Easier to do if you're on the edge of your chair. And then lean over with a straight back and reach. All right, take some deep breaths. Notice that stretch in your calf, going all the way up into the back of that leg. You might feel this in the back of your hips as well. 2 more deep breaths. And 1. All right, come on up. And we're going to take that leg across. Again, you can cross at the ankles. Do this if you've had a hip or knee replacement on this side, or take the leg right across the other. Okay, again, back straight, and then just hinge forwards just enough to feel a stretch inside of the leg. All right. So I hope you guys are feeling good. I'm sure your brain has been working. It's good to really think about moving and being intentional with those movements. So as you go into the rest of your week, I encourage you to really think about, how can I challenge my brain? How can I really focus on coordination as I'm doing movements and exercises or in home? All right, very good. Let's lift that leg, circle your ankle and wrist. Awesome. And lower that foot down. All right, so we're going to stretch our upper body. Let's bring our arms nice and wide. We want to look up. Good, really squeeze those shoulder blades back together. All right, good. And then we want to bring one arm right across. Place your hand by your elbow and push that arm right across that body. Stretching your shoulder and stretching your arm. All right. Let's do the other side. Take that arm right across, hands to your elbow, and push that arm in. Now, another stat about osteoporosis is that there's 2 million Canadians who have osteoporosis, and 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men will break a bone in their lifetime due to osteoporosis. And quite often people think that more women develop osteoporosis, and often there are a lot of women because often they develop it due to changes in their hormones as you age. But men as well, men also get osteoporosis. So it is really good to know to just get checked, to get that bone density test to see where you are. All right, good. So we're going to finish off here with a neck stretch. Let's bring your ear towards your shoulder. And what you can do is you can bring your arms beside you. And if you just angle your fingers up a little bit, especially on the opposite side, you'll feel a bit of a deeper stretch down the side of your neck. All right, so again, take a deep breath in and out. Good. Let's bring that head back up, and we'll do the other side. Ear towards your shoulder, again, angle those fingers. All right, awesome. Good, and then we're gonna just take some nice, easy nose, side to side. All right. Now, if you do have any questions, if you want to chat with me about your health, you have some fitness goals that you are ready to focus on this fall and winter, I do offer a free 15-minute health consultation. So we will be sending out with the recording, I'll send out the link for that as well if you'd love to chat with me. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, let's finish up with some breathing. Bring those arms nice and wide, again, stretching that chest, inhale. Then give yourself a hug. And you can round your back a little bit, stretch that back, inhale, and exhale. One more time. And give yourself a big pat on the back. Amazing job, everybody. Thank you for joining in today. I hope you are feeling great. And just to remember, regular exercise can really help to keep your brain active, can help you to feel better about yourself, about your situation, and then also it can really help to keep those bones strong so you can continue doing things. Because I know a lot of you probably are excited to travel, you're excited to go hiking, maybe do things with the family, grandkids, friends. So I really do believe when we focus on our health, when we focus on keeping our body strong, then you can do those things no problem.